I gotta throw it. You gotta leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Here we go. You ready? Well, here we are in Algonquin Park, Mew Lake to be precise. I didn't really know that there was winter camping until this year. They keep one of the small sections of the park open in the wintertime and provide electricity if you desire to camp out. So I'll give you a little tour of the site here. We're actually at Site 65. It's a pretty wide site. I was able to turn the Subaru around. The trailer attached. And I didn't bother unhooking it. As you can see, I do have electricity. You pay a little bit more for that, but that allows me to run a ceramic heater inside that trailer and get it up to about 15 degrees Celsius. Quite comfortable for sleeping. The only thing I do in this setup here is really just boil water for either my coffee or my meals. You're at the mercy of ice-covered benches, so I wouldn't be sitting down there. But right behind us is actually Mew Lake. That's the electrical plug-in in the back. And we just truck down here. Lou's gonna follow me with her ball. Scooch under here. There we have Mew Lake. They caution you not to walk in the lake, but I wouldn't have a problem. It's been frozen here for months. And if you just see right about there, it's actually Highway 60. Every now and then we hear a truck go by, but not very often. Yeah, this site gets afternoon sun, but not very much. Anyways, we'll head back up. And follow Luna. So I'll give you a rundown how it looks inside here. We'll step inside the tent. This is where I'll sit and eat my meals or read. The outdoor patio light here on the trailer works really well. Table I help prep my coffees or my meals, my buddy heater. So of course this isn't gonna just tent up. It just gives you some nice warm heat radiating from that. That's set on low. I can set on high when I'm actually sitting in here. You do want to keep this board here. If you ever flip that over, you don't want that hot surface hitting the tent floor. There's a fair amount of ventilation here. I almost always keep the corner open, so I'm not too concerned. And I only run this heater if I'm going to be spending time in here, either reading, eating, or prepping a meal. But let's swing inside the trailer here. And this is how we've been spending a few days. Lou's got her bed, which I tend not to use. She tends not to use for a bed. I use it for my booties. This is our well-made bed for the day. We have a computer monitor here, Android box, AC, which we are not using on this trip. And over here is the ceramic heater. And that's about it. Interesting enough, when you camp in the wintertime, you gotta not only keep things cool, but protect them from freezing. So food and water stays inside the tent, or inside the trailer. And it's actually an ice pack to keep it cool, but not so cold it freezes for my food and perishables. Anyway, we generally keep this thing down to about up to about 10 degrees Celsius or 15 degrees. It makes for a nice sleeping arrangement. And that's about it. That's what the whole setup looks like. I'm spending a few days here, hiking the trails, throwing the ball around, and relaxing, reading, and whatnot. But I will mention, you always have to throw a carabiner into your latch because you don't want your battery to run dry. So I'll generally keep this open, either slightly closed or fully open all day, and at night lock it up. Because as you can see, storing water in your car while winter camping doesn't always work. But really you want to keep things down to a minimum when you're winter camping. Simple meals, freeze-dried. I tried making my own meals, but washing dishes and drying them is not fun. So at least here in the campground, they do offer washroom facilities. They're heated, flush toilets, but you can't wash your dishes there. They ask you not to. It's just for using the facilities. So there are a couple of vault toilets, so you don't have to walk all the way up to the comfort stations. But when you do, it's not that far. Anyways, that's just a short rundown of what it's like to go tiny trailer camping out here at Mew Lake, Algonquin Park. If you're wondering how cold it got last night, it got down to about minus 22 degrees, and my little ceramic heater was on full blast all night, and it was tolerable. But seeing as there's no insulation in that thing, that's not too bad. Anyways, we're going to finish off the afternoon here by playing more fetch with Lou, and I'll see you some other time. Take care. Too far. Way too far. You're way too far over. Go back. Keep going. I'm gonna get it. Papa's gonna get it. If I can make it there. Walked right over it. walk right over it. It's here somewhere. Why? Oh, I see it. I see it. It's right here, Lou. Here you go. The sun's trying to come out, but we're gonna get freezing rain today, so Lou and I are heading back home. There's a few other campers here. Some people with hot tents. Small trailers. It's gonna be warm in there. Wood fire. You know, like canisters, they recycle them here in the park. That's great. You can drop them off as we exit. There's a few yurts you can rent. They're kind of nice inside. It's amazing how much space you have when it's octagonal like that. Over here, they're building a brand new one. That's the, they got a furnace heating up that concrete for the posts. This should be operational by summer season. They seem to be pretty popular. Verging on glamping, but still, it's the outdoor experience everyone loves. Up ahead's their recycling station. As you can see, they do plow the road. They sand it. They don't salt it, they sand it here. You want to have decent tires on your car. And these orange canisters, orange bins is where green canisters are going to go. They get recycled. There's lots of hiking trails. A popular one is the what used to be an old railway for the logging industry. That's been converted into quite a lengthy bike trail and snowshoe in the winter. You can see the amount of snow they have here piled up. This is near north, so on Ontario, they do get quite a bit of snow here. Yeah, it stays a little longer than we're used to in southern Ontario. If you're wondering about my trailer, I don't have snow tires on it. They're decent everyday tires. I mean, these tires, the tires on the trailer aren't pushing anything, so you know, you take it easy. But yeah, just as for interest's sake, I was looking at my fuel consumption. It's relatively flat until you get closer to the park, and so my fuel consumption was around 9 liters per 100 kilometers, and now because I came into the park, it's a little hillier, it bumped up to an average of 10.5. So that's towing that sub 1,000 pound trailer on the back. I don't load it down with things because That thing bounces around so much, everything ends up all over the place. There's a trail there. There's a bit of more of a parking lot farther down. Right down here, so you want to come and start your hiking here. You can hike from the campground. It's not that much farther. It's just beautiful through here. And it's quiet. Lots of blue jays. So maybe I'll just let you guys enjoy this quiet exit out of the campground. The park itself is quite large, so it's going to take me a good 20 minutes to get out of the park. But the campground is very pretty this time of year.